Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about some Mobile Fidelity news that I'm very excited about. My husband and I are going to talk about a Bob Dylan concert we recently went to, and we're just having a Q&A about my vinyl collection. Some questions we're going to be answering. So thank you so much for watching. If you would subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell and the like button. Everything you do helps my channel grow. Thank you so much for coming on here with me, Phillip. First off, I do have to address a major rumor that I can confirm is true. There hasn't been a formal announcement, but Mobile Fidelity is going to be doing one-steps of the first 6 Van Halen albums. And I am beyond excited about that because that's just best case scenario for me. Anytime I've ever talked about Van Halen records, I've always said, oh, if only Mobile Fidelity would do something with them. And these one steps they're very pricey, but they're these beautiful boxes. The vinyl is top quality. The sound is amazing. I've never been disappointed with any of these one steps. So all 6 of the Van Halen with David Lee Roth albums are going to be one steps coming up. They haven't made, I'm sorry.
No Sammy Hagar?
No Sammy Hagar. They're needed. We need some of those Sammy albums, but they're not, as of yet, going to be Mobile Fidelity releases.
I'm just trying to create a little controversy for your audience.
Yeah, you will. Because some people love David Lee Roth and others like Sammy, and but I couldn't be happier. Like I said, this is best case scenario. I know nobody from Mobile Fidelity probably watches my channel, but if you do, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was tremendous. And just a couple of weeks ago, I made a video about how I'm burnt out. There's not a lot of good releases coming up, blah, 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 blah. I was wrong because of all this. And there's also going to be some Miles Davis one steps too. So there's just a lot to look forward to now. It's going to be an expensive year for me, and I thought I was going to be saving some money.
If you think they're going to get those 6 albums out in the next year,
no,
you're crazy.
Yeah, it's going to take some time for those to come out. So also, I want to talk about, I didn't make a video last week, and I'm so sorry, but we went to a Bob Dylan concert in Bloomington, Indiana last weekend, and I think we just had a crazy weekend. I just never got a chance to film a video, but I really enjoyed the concert. We have probably differing opinions. I went in knowing I was going to be watching an 80-year-old performer that wasn't going to be performing any of his major hits. Sometimes he's friendly, sometimes he's not. You never know. So I came in knowing all of that. And came away with a smile on my face, very happy. I enjoyed the concert a lot. It was just wonderful to see a living legend. And I would say Bob Dylan and Paul McCartney, in my opinion, are the best song writers ever. That's just my opinion. And I loved seeing him. And our niece, we got to see the concert with my sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece. My niece loves Bob Dylan. He's her favorite artist. So I loved it. I thought he did a great job. Would I have liked to have heard Like a Rolling Stone? Of course. But I wasn't disappointed. I came in knowing he was going to be performing. Here's my concert t-shirt, by the way. And he performed from all of his newest albums. His newest album, he performed several of the hits from that album. So all right, that's what I have to say about it. And I know my husband has a different takeaway from it.
I kind of forgot you were going to ask this question. Do you really want me to comment?
I want you to comment respectfully. Yeah, tell your truth. Yeah, to be honest.
All right, so I'll be honest. So all that you said is true. I mean, he is obviously a legend. He's written over 500 songs. I think 2,000 artists plus have recorded his music. So there's no doubt he's a legend.
Yes,
so if you're going to the concert with that in mind, that you want to see a legend, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
As for me, not growing up on his music, not knowing much of it, and not hearing anything I knew except for what you played me to prep me.
Right.
And he is 80. I mean, I don't think anybody would disagree with this statement, and I'm going to say it respectfully. He's never been renowned as the best singer anyway.
Most people would say that.
And now he's 80 plus.
Right.
It hasn't gotten any better.
Right.
He is very old and frail, which is okay.
So frail, yeah.
I mean, really, he didn't move 10 feet the whole concert, which is fine. And I respect him for getting out and doing that.
I do too.
The most annoying thing to me about the entire concert, I don't know if I've told you this, there was a rule that you could not take pictures at all.
Right.
Which, that's fine if they want to state that for whatever reason. But the problem is they probably had 10 people in red shirts with bright white staff written on them walking up and down the aisles the entire time, walking beside you, in front of you, trying to catch somebody taking a picture and to kick you out or take your camera from you or tell you to quit. And that was so distracting and disrespectful to him and to us, I thought.
I agree. Yeah, it's okay to have that rule, and I respected it. We didn't take our cameras out. I don't have a picture of the concert, but don't badger us. Yeah. I agree. But overall, I'm so glad we went. I'm so glad you came, because he didn't really care if we went or not. He went for me, and I really appreciate that. And we had a good time. And also, that day we got to go record shopping a little bit, and I got to meet a really cool guy named Daniel. He noticed me. He said, "I watched your videos." He even recognized Phillip too, and he was very kind and gracious. And that was a huge thrill for me to get to meet somebody who actually watches my videos.
We can't go anywhere anymore.
No,
I'm kidding.
That's so not true. That's like the second person who's ever said anything to me or recognized me. So no, that's not true. It was just so cool to meet someone who actually knows the videos and appreciates it. So that was really cool. All right, so we've had that discussion. Let's go ahead and move on. I've got some questions that we're going to be answering. And in the future, if you have any questions you'd like to ask us about my vinyl collection, leave it in the comments. I might do another video like this in the future. So the first question I want to ask, is there a band or an artist that you are a fan of because of vinyl collecting? And I have answers for this too, and I don't know what his answers are going to be. So it's a surprise for all of us.
All right, so on that one, the answer is yes. And I picked John Coltrane.
Yes.
I wouldn't say we were jazz fans by any means. I had a buddy that started a coffee shop years ago, and he played a lot of jazz in the background, so I had heard some of it. Yeah. But I couldn't have told you who's playing what. So anyway, that's my choice. I didn't, until you started buying jazz, I didn't know who John Coltrane was.
I agree. I put it over here if you want. Okay. I agree. And I chose Red Garland. And you've probably heard a little bit about Red Garland lately. I've kind of...
It's Christmas time. A lot of Red Garland, some of it behind us.
Well, also the jazz pianist. And, just from watching other people's videos and hearing who they talk about, I really love Red Garland. I've really been getting into jazz. We've been playing this in the car. We take long trips to see our daughter, and on the way home, a lot of times we'll put on some good jazz music, and Red Garland's definitely been one of them. So that was my answer for that one. Of course, the Beatles. I got to know the Beatles from watching vinyl videos and collecting vinyl as well. The next question, what item would you like to own that is featured on an iconic album cover?
Yeah, this one's hard for me because my first instinct was go to find an album cover with like a jet or a mansion on it. And then I could get that and sell it and retire. Yeah. That was my first.
Maybe Hotel California's cover, own that, the hotel.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't think of that one. But anyway, so based on what I did go through, the Clash, the guitar he's getting ready to smash.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd probably be worth a lot of money and pretty cool to have, right?
It would be, yeah. I agree. That's a good choice. So. And of course, a lot of people would probably expect me to maybe pick the guitar on the Van Halen debut album that Eddie shows. And that is a good choice. But for some reason, I just really would like to have the scarf Bob Dylan is wearing on this cover. For me, that's what, I know it would be worth a lot of money. I know it's not a jet or a house, but I just have always thought this scarf was cool. I have no idea. Maybe he donated it to the Goodwill. Maybe it's in the Smithsonian. I have no idea. But I just think that scarf is really cool, and that's the one that...
I almost picked a Bob Dylan, the one of him walking down New York Street with that girl with the jacket he had on.
Yes.
That was my second choice.
Yes, I thought of that one too. That would be cool. All right, so What is your favorite album cover? Do you have a cover of an album that you think is really cool?
A cover. Yes, I do. So
every guy likes that one.
that's not really why.
Oh, okay.
It's not. The reason is I think it's an iconic cover and it's cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the story behind it, if you go read, this lady's still alive.
Yes.
And she actually really didn't know it was famous for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then she realized how famous it was, and people are like wanting her autograph on it. So if you read her story, she'll actually go into record stores sometimes and buy old copies of this to have around the sign. So I just thought it was cool that she's still alive. The story behind it, she didn't get paid squat to do it.
No.
And if I remember right, it's shaving cream.
Yes, shaving cream, and she's wearing something like a tree skirt that, the old tiny tree skirts that kind of look like marshmallow cloth. And she was pregnant at the time, too. So they were covering up her pregnant belly. I would love to have her autograph.
It's a cool story.
It is very cool. Okay, so I've shown this one, but I'm going to show it because this is truly my favorite album cover. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, and Other Assorted Love Songs. Y'all have seen that one, so let me just show one more just to keep it interesting. I think this is such a cool cover. Their Satanic Majesty's Request by the Rolling Stones, this lenticular cover. Amazing. I love the cover of this. So this is one of my favorites. So, okay. So the next question is, what is your favorite live album?
I actually didn't pick one out. And you probably know why. I, in general, do not like live albums because I believe they're produced less. They sound lesser. They don't sound as good. There's usually distracting stuff going in the background. When I listen to music, I want to hear the music in its purest form.
Yeah.
I don't mind concerts, not my favorite thing, but live albums at home just isn't my thing.
I get it. Yeah. Now, I did think you would maybe pick Bill Evans' Behind the Dykes, or that was a really
I
good,
like that one, and it's
great.
good, but there's a lot of weird talking and stuff in it. For a diehard fan, maybe, oh my gosh, Bill Evans is talking.
Yeah.
No, I just play the music.
Okay. Well, I do have a favorite live album, and I could probably come up with another one if I thought about it long enough, but Wings Over America, Paul McCartney Wings.
Do you know his live?
It's awesome. Yeah. This is a great record. 3 LPs. He sings the Beatles hits. He sings Wings. Fantastic. So I love that one. All right. So what is your favorite vinyl shopping memory?
Oh, there's so many. I've tried to forget most of them.
Yeah, especially the price tag.
This may or may not surprise you, but you know my nature. I'm pretty giving. I like to make people happy.
Yeah.
And probably when we have a friend that owns a record store in town, met him to the store, and just in passing one day, he mentioned to me, hey, I love Stone Roses. I'd love to have their original album. And didn't really say nothing, but I kept it in the back of my mind. Yeah. And we were in Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Louisville. The store's out of business now. I can't remember the name of it.
Funhouse.
It was Funhouse.
Funhouse Records, yeah.
And I mentioned it to the guy, and he said, you know what? I think I have that. Come back tomorrow or whenever it was. And we come back, and he had it, and then we gave it to him. That was pretty cool.
It was cool, because when we walked in the store, he was like, oh, you have a return? And I'm like, yeah. And then he opened it up and freaked out. It was a great moment. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so my answer is probably a little more selfish. If you watch my channel enough, this is the Second State Butcher cover, the Beatles. And I've shared this story before a couple of times. I was with my husband, and we were in Louisville again. And I can't remember the name of the store, something Anthony's. It's a little store in Louisville. I was flipping through records, and I came across this, and I kept this cover label because...
Matt Anthony's?
Yes, Matt Anthony's. It says Butcher cover paste over $30. And of course I look over here and I immediately see Ringo's V, the turtleneck V here. And I'm freaking out because this is not a $30 record. This is a several $100 record. And I'm freaking out thinking, what am I going to do? I got to get this out of the store. I was so worried other people would notice it and comment on how expensive it was, and then he wouldn't sell it to me. I remember looking at you with big eyes and holding it up.
Come here. I was across the store. I remember that.
And bought this. And it doesn't get any better than finding this kind of record for that kind of price. And a week or so later, when we went back in there, I asked him about it. I said, I bought that record from you. It was very expensive. And he's like, was it really? And he said, you know what? I don't care. I made a fortune off that box. He said, I bought a bunch of Beatles records from somebody. I made a ton of money. If you got lucky, good for you. And so that ended up making me feel very good about that. All right. So if you could find any record, what would it be? If you could find any record out there, something you'd want.
Probably just to get you to shut up. No.
Oh.
No, this is one of her favorite albums, the Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies.
Yeah.
And she wants an original press, and we
Yes.
saw one that was in good shape somewhere up in Illinois.
Yeah, a couple
Mount
years, 2 or
Vernon
3
or
years
something.
ago.
And it was pretty expensive, $100, $150.
$175.
$175. She didn't buy it, and that is a lot of money for a piece of vinyl, a little bit of cardboard. Let's be honest. But she's regretted it since. We've never found another one, never seen one. We've tried. There's been several records. Oh, I got one of those at home. I'll go bring it. And they never
happens.
Find it. And,
no.
So we've still got a couple of these, but I would get that for you probably if I could go back and pay $175 and bite the bullet and do it.
Me too. Why did I not do that? But okay, and for me, also that one would be huge. But also I have to mention the Mobile Fidelity version of Boston's debut album. That is a rare one and ridiculously expensive. I would like to just be looking in a little bin somewhere where the records are $2.50 each and come across that. That would be fantastic. Also, there's a record of Melissa's that Melissa would like to have that I would love to find, 45 by Betty Hutton. Do you remember what it's called?
It's a Man.
Yeah.
So Betty Hutton, she's from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, I think, and she recorded. You can find it on like Spotify or one of those. Betty Hutton, It's a Man. It's actually a really good song.
It is.
It seems like it could be a popular song today.
It's cool, yeah.
And our daughter's an old soul. She's in medical school, and she loves old vintage things and music, and she would love to have that. So,
Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday,
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, she loves all that stuff. So yeah, I'd love to find that one. Okay, so what is the best album in my collection?
I had a hard time with this one. There's a lot to look through. And you know me, I kind of let you listen to what you want to. You think?
I have a lot of choices tonight.
Taking over the house. When she asks what to play, she knows what I don't like for sure. But
I do stay away from what he doesn't like when he's around.
And so I just tell her to play what she wants for the most part. But one album, and it's really not an album's collection, I really enjoy this Thelonious Monk. It's Riverside recordings.
The complete Riverside recordings.
Really classic jazz piano, and it's just beautiful to listen to.
It is fabulous.
We put that on, while we're cooking or something.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's sounds really good. It's pressed very well.
It is. It was really good. I'm so glad I picked that up. All right, so this one is my favorite in our whole collection. I think. Now I have several different copies of it. I just pulled this one, but I just love listening to Dark Side of the Moon. I just think it's a fantastic record. So.
Yep.
Moving on, to our favorite recent pickup. So, what's something that I have picked up recently that you've been excited about?
Well, actually, it was this one. And
yes, yeah.
There's probably very few people are going to know who this is.
Jeff's Various Vinyl. He'll know what that is.
So this is an album from late 90s, like 98-ish. So we were pretty newly married, our daughter was really young, and this is an album that I found. It's a Christian album. I grew up on Christian music, and this is just a very well done album. There's a lot of good songs on it. If you ever get a chance, just jump out to Amazon Music or Spotify or something, listen to it. Anyway, that was pretty cool. It's sealed. Jennifer Knapp, sorry. In case
Kansas. The album is Kansas.
Very well done. She plays a guitar. Was a good singer, and I thought that was pretty cool to.
Yeah, last weekend in Bloomington, Indiana, at an antique store, we found this sealed. So I thought that was.
It was cheap, it's $8, so we picked it up.
And I got even a little bit of a discount for paying cash. So, okay. Oh, and here's mine. Okay, we were at our daughter wanted us to go to Nashville. She wanted to go to a used bookstore. She said, "Mom, there might be some records there too." And I forgot what the place was called. Do you remember?
Give me a minute.
But anyway, I found this. This is the Kinks, are the Village Green Preservation Society. I have been wanting this record for a long time. It is a first press in great condition. I paid $30 for it, but on Discogs, it is worth a lot more money than that. And so I was so happy to find that. That was a really good one to find, just out somewhere I wasn't even expecting to find it. So the last question, the most sentimental record in my collection. Which one would you say that is?
Have you seen it yet?
No.
Oh, all right. This might surprise you, but
Oh, yeah. Amy Grant, a Christmas album.
So surprising it's a Christmas album, but sentimental wise, again, I grew up on Christian music, but this one has sentimental value later when our daughter was young.
Yes. We play it all the time, every Christmas when she was really little.
Yeah, she loves it. The other contender was the Garth Brooks Christmas.
Yeah, we don't.
We play that all the time. We don't have it on vinyl, but
no.
She goes around singing the Daddy looks a lot like Santa.
Santa look a lot like him, yeah.
Our daughter loves Christmas, which is so cute. But anyway, that album just has such memories for me. Just us sitting around on Christmas morning or even before, and the fireplace going, and maybe drinking some hot apple cider, and just spending time with the family.
That's right. Yeah, that is a great one. And that was also, not only is it sentimental just for our family, it was something that my sister and my mom and I listened to together at Christmas time when I was growing up too. So that one's really cool. And I picked this one. This was A Hand in Mine by Elvis. This is my mom's record. Very sentimental to me. It's one of the few that survived. She got rid of her record. She was not a sentimental person. She got rid of things as fast as she could. And so, but for some reason she hung on to this one and I was able to have it. And I love the back. It has her name written, her own handwriting, her full name. So, that's the most sentimental record in my collection. So that is all. So thank you so much for participating. If you have any questions for us, maybe for a future video, please leave it. Subscribe, hit the like button, and please leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.